Woods tracking our conditions looking forward.
All right, and we even have the cooler weather continuing in the forecast. That just shows you how prime everything is for wildfire behavior right now, with all the fuel being very dry in these drought conditions. Sunshine across the board, highs in the 80s for the valley and hills, 80s for the Sierra, and thunderstorm free 65 for the Bay Area, with a lot of low clouds and fog. Actually, look at some of these morning lows. It was chilly this morning. A beautiful morning to open up those windows, let in some of that cool air with readings in the 50s. Now you'll notice we still have that thermal belt where that heat gets trapped during the day. In the evening, Placerville started off at 75 degrees. Again, cooler though than what we were certainly seeing at the end of last weekend through the weekend. 40s up top for the Sierra. Right now, Gilmore backyard, we've got sunshine. We're at 87 degrees in Sacramento, 89 for Stockton, Modesto 90, 94 in Marysville, and 83 with sunshine for Tahoe. All the thunderstorm activity is east of the crest right now. That's not necessarily going to be the long-term forecast, though. We're looking at that breeze helping to keep temperatures down. 100s are back in the forecast, and thunderstorms also making a return, and here's the reason why. High pressure ridge makes a little beeline off to the east here, allowing that cooler air to come on in from this low to the north of us. But what happens is it doesn't stick around past Friday, and so as that starts to move its way north and off to the east, that low, in comes the high pressure ridge. There's really nothing blocking it from moving back. Now, it's not going to be quite as strong as what we saw at the end of last week and this past weekend, but we are starting to see those temperatures climb. So it's certainly nice to get some of the cooler weather, just not hanging around for too much longer, but we get it for tomorrow. Highs will only be around the lower 80s for the Tahoe Basin. We're at 84 for Pollock Pines, Arnold 86, Twain Harte 87, near 90 for Angels Camp and Sonora, Auburn and Jackson, both at 88 degrees, as well as Nevada City and Forest Hill at 85. Those lows too in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. So not a huge temperature difference coming in for tomorrow. Once we get to the end of the weekend, that's when we start tracking the chance for some thunderstorms to reappear for the Tahoe region, and we'll be tracking that through early next week when the heat starts to build as well. So fire danger kind of bumping up there towards next week. Highs in the 50s and 60s across the coast. We're only at 81 tomorrow for Fairfield. That is a cool day for the early and middle part of July. 80s for the northern San Joaquin Valley until we get a little farther from that breeze, where we're going to bump those temperatures up into the 90s. But overall, this is a really pleasant weather pattern for this point in the summer season, when we typically see record highs stretching deep into the 100s. But we don't even get there until early next week.